This is probably the scariest thing, or at least for me. I don't want this technology to come about, but there is a company that claims they have developed a gadget is like in the way of a wristband that would be available as soon as next year, and it could become mainstream by the year 2020. That's just in 2 years. They claim that they have this bracelet that uses brainwave reading technology that will let you send text messages and emails using just your thoughts. So it's thought-to-text technology. This technology is supposedly able to generate text by picking up signals your brain sends to your fingers, meaning you could type without touching a keyboard. So you just think about typing out whatever it is that you're typing out.
This is really kind of scary because, this is very close to people being able to read your mind. Have you ever been in a situation and you're thinking something about the person and you're like, oh, God, I got to quit doing that because they're standing right in front of me. And even though you know they can't read your mind, you're like, yeah, I don't know.
This is like science fiction stuff, right?
Yeah, well, this is really strange. So instead, I would think you would have to have something implanted in your brain that would send a signal to your, Bluetooth or something. But you're saying this...
Control Labs is the name of the company, or it's CTRL Labs.
If they can figure out what
on your keyboard.
Yeah, if they can figure out what I'm thinking through my fingertips, but they can't cure cancer or diabetes, come on, this is ridiculous. The number 1 and 2 cause of death in this country? That's insane.
But
or heart disease?
Yeah, they could do thoughts to... Well, there's no money in getting you to use the keyboard with your fingers. There may be a little bit more money in the thought to text. There's lots of money in diabetes and cancer, my friend.
And they can't even get the voice to text things right. That's always screwing.
Yeah,
up.
Can we fix voice to text before we could start thought to text? That would be let's start there. Okay.
Right. You want to grab a couple? We got a couple people here. People want to
the invention of the QWERTY keyboard was the best thing ever for texting, because remember what texting was before, where you had to hit if you wanted to say be there soon, you had to hit 2 twice,
right? And
then you would not even put the E on the end of it, and then you would have to figure out how to spell THERE. So then that would be 8 once, 4 twice, 3 2 times, 7 2 times, and then 3 2 times. That would be there. That's tough.
That was
archaic.
What was that? 15 years ago?
No,
I think 15 years ago we were doing
10 years ago. It was about 10 years ago.
So it was less than 15. It was 10 years ago we were hitting the 2 3 times to get the C.
Yes.
And now they're already advanced it all the way to where they think they can read our minds through our fingertips.
Yeah. Scary
I'll
how
see it when
fast
I believe it.
things move, huh?
Far-fetched. Hi, go ahead. You're on the air. What do you want to say?
Hey, it's Craig.
How could this get you in trouble, Craig?
Oh, trouble? I just think science fiction is the right word for it, because the fact is Jeremy's spot on. They could not do that without implanting something in your brain that read the electrical impulses, and the general populace is not going to do that.
Now, what they're saying, I believe what Jeff is saying, the electrical impulses travel all the way through to your fingertips, and then the phone reads it that way.
How it reads it is there's a wristband that talks to your phone that it picks up on these transmitters. I don't know how it works, but you have to wear a wristband. You're not wearing anything in your brain. And the wristband will pick up on those transmitters and then translate it to your cell phone.
Okay, so let's think about this a little bit. So if it's a computer, the computer we know works in a binary code, 1s and 0s. Okay, so then it translates the 1s and 0s. So now if we take that over and we convert that to the electrical impulses in our brains, there's got to be something that reads the electrical impulses. If it's just reading electrical impulses that travel down your arm to the muscles in your fingertips that tell your fingertips to move a certain way, it doesn't know what letters that you're trying to type. So that is actually impossible. It would have to read the electrical impulses in your brain that you were thinking, A, B, C, to type out whatever you're going to type.
It accesses the same muscles, according to the developers.
Developers.
Yeah, those guys.
Developers.
Yeah!
Developers.
We love developers.
Make sure you clap off key.
Yes.
Yes! Clap off key. key, everyone. Yeah. According to those guys, you have to think about typing the words in order for it. It uses, God, I hate to get super duper technical on this thing, but it uses what is described as, what is it? Electromyography. Okay. And it monitors the hand muscles. This means you could type without touching a keyboard and create text just by thinking about typing the words. Now, if you're just thinking about the words, then it won't pick up on it. You have to think, boy, I would like to type this. But come on. I mean, where's the separation lie in thinking about it and thinking about, man, maybe I should type this? It's very, like, we have to retrain our minds. And can we stop? Can we stop with technology? Can we just, slowly just pump the brakes a little bit on just technology in general? And we've got these smart speakers. You're just like, hey, do this for me.
You can understand, everybody, especially here, this is kind of a tech town now. It's turning into one of these application, mobile, software tech towns where people are trying to make their mark in the industry and make their money. And, if somebody can come up with it, that's why it's moving so fast. I mean, God, we're going to have self-driving cars next year. They're already testing those out up in Northern California. It's pretty wild to think about. You can't slow down technology. All you can do is hopefully curve it and perfect it. I don't know, but I don't like the fact that people could possibly read my thoughts. And like you said, if they develop this, there will be people trying to figure out how to hack it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, the last thing we have as humans is our thoughts.
And what is
that's everything else is intrusive nowadays with social media and everything else. Like, you can't do anything. There's cameras everywhere.
So hopefully, as Craig was saying, maybe people won't sign up for this in fear. But the thing is, all it needs to do is have a snazzy name and a cool design, and people, and if Apple latches onto it, everybody will be like, well, Apple's telling me to do it. I must do it. Must conform to Apple. Must do Apple.
The thing is, the Droid market usually does all this stuff before Apple, and they wait for them to kind of work out the bugs, and then they pick it up.
Yeah, but the Droid still has a headphone jack in their phones.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. 93.3 KZOZ rocks.